relax. Okay. So find a comfortable seat. Finding that easy cross-legged position. And then you can move the flesh out from under your sits bones so you're sitting evenly down, allowing your spine to be nice and tall. And if you're feeling it all rounded in the back or super tight in the hips, then that's when it's nice to lift your seat, so to sit up on something. And then once you found yourself in your seat, go ahead and close the eyes. And just start to let the awareness come in. I know there's a lot going on in our world right now. There's a lot of that information coming in, and a lot of it really hard information to be taking in. So for this next hour, give yourself that permission to let that stuff go. It will still be there. And to take this time to just really focus on yourself, on your own breath, on your own body, on your own mental health. So we can use this practice to fortify our hearts and create that strength in that space in our own bodies and our own minds, so that we can move out into the world more rooted in ourselves, firmly rooted in who we are and our own humanity. So start to allow that breath to deepen, breathing in and out through the nose. With every breath, allow it to become a little bit more expansive, really starting to fill up in that full circumference of your diaphragm. So not just the front of the body, but feel that breath travel up the back body as well and into the side body, so you're really filling up all the way from the bottom to the top. And as you exhale, you're emptying out from the top to the bottom. And start to engage the abdominals to empty yourselves out. Finding your Ujjayi breath as you slow that breath down, lengthen it and deepen it. And then once you've found that full filling up of breath, start to take it even more into your body. So finding space in your spine on the inhales. On the exhales, feel a softening in the shoulders or rooting in the sits bones. And take a moment here to just check in and notice how your body's feeling, physically, mentally, emotionally. And allowing it to be however it is, however you've shown up today. And find that circular breath, evening out the length of the inhale and the exhale. Take a moment to set any intentions you want to set. And then from here, just let your hands come out in front of you. And as you exhale, just take a slow bow forward. Let the head bow, let the torso bow, let the heart drop towards the earth. And take the breath into the back of the body. Fill up the sacrum, fill up the back of the heart, and the neck, into the head. And exhale, soften the neck and the shoulders. And anchor your tailbone down. And then stay in this forward fold and just let yourself sway a little side to side. Then go ahead and walk your hands all the way to the left. Stay folding forward, but now reach up and over to the left. Roll the outer edges of the shoulders down and maybe even drop the right ribs and right shoulder a little closer to the floor. Sending that right knee out and down and sending that breath into your right side. Feel it move from the hip to the waist up into the side ribs. all the way up into the shoulders and the side of the neck. And then come back to center. And inhale, roll yourself up to seated. Go ahead and let the head roll up and let the eyes float open. Roll the shoulders back and bring the toes to the floor in front of you. Lift your heart, draw the belly in, and then just hover your shin bones parallel to the floor. We're going to keep a hold of the thighs for now, but lighten the grip until you're just barely holding the thighs and you're taking more work in the belly without letting the heart drop back. And then we're going to switch the cross of the legs. So opposite leg's going to come in front now. Same into that same easy cross-legged. Inhale, sitting up tall, and exhale, walking the fingertips forward. Letting the whole torso bow forward. Keep the sits bones anchoring down as you bow the heart to the earth. Amp up the breath in the back of the body and the side of the body. And even in the front of the body where it's a little bit more constricted. And then start to let your torso move a little left to right. And then on the next inhale, walk the hands over to the right and walk the fingertips away from you. So that left side body is getting nice and open and long. As you exhale, wrap the shoulders down towards the floor and then spin your left side body towards the floor. And then inhale and expand the breath all the way through that left side. And then inhale, walk yourself back to center. Exhale and bow a little deeper. And inhale, roll yourself all the way up. Again, bring the knees together and the shin bones parallel. And this time, release the arms if that's available to you. Keep the heart lifted, keep the belly strong. And then from here, flex the feet, bring the soles of the feet together and find Baddha Konasana. Sending the knees out and down. Now, if you're feeling rounded here, let the feet come a little further away from your body so you can sit more upright or stay lifted on that cushion. Inhale, sit up tall here. And then on the exhale, pull the belly in and reach the heart beyond the toes. Hug the elbows in and the shoulders back and think about extending your heart forward and anchoring your sits bones back. And then just let the spine be long, let the back of the neck be long, and breathe here. Then we're going to keep these Baddha Konasana legs and inhale, sit up. Take the hands out alongside the hips, lift it up under your fingertips. You want to make sure you can have a long spine here, and if not, then extend the legs even further away from you. So you can sit up tall. Take an inhale, lift up, and then take the left arm, stretch it up. And on the exhale, bend the right elbow in, drop the right shoulder, and reach that left arm up and over, and then press your feet in towards one another and spread your toes apart. Send both knees out and down. Roll your ribs, your heart up to the sky, and reach that left arm out and over to the right and spin the pinky side of the finger down. So ribs spin open, but tricep spins down. And then right shoulder and right drops out of the right ear by hugging that elbow in. Then keep the right ear heavy to the right shoulder, reach that left arm up, spin the palm away and start to reach it out. Keeping it in line with the shoulders, stretch, 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 stretch. And then slowly continue to reach and spread your fingers as you lower that hand, and then pause with the hand just hovering above the floor. Breathing through that whole left side of the neck, and then gently drop the chin towards the collarbone. You're continuing to keep action in the legs and in the feet. And then chin comes neutral. Reach through that left arm, take the right hand, help the head up, and then inhale, take the arm all the way up. Drop that left shoulder down and the elbow in, and then reach up and over with that right arm. Send the knees out and down, the feet together. Pull the belly in as you inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, spin the heart open and drop the shoulder. And then again, pinky side of the finger rolls down. Right sit bone anchors. Breathe. And then drop your left ear to your left shoulder, stretch your right arm straight up, flip the palm to face away, and reach out and down until you come right in line with the shoulder. Spread the fingers more, reach the hand more, and then continue to reach and lower until you're hovering just above the floor. Pause and breathe in the left side and the right side of the neck here. And then on the exhale, let the chin spin down towards the collarbone. Take some big breaths in the neck and shoulders here. And then chin to neutral, reach through that right arm, come up, take the left hand and just help it up. Good. Now go ahead and extend the legs if they're not already wide or further away in this diamond shape. Inhale, sit up tall here, and exhale, just bow forward. Let your body just sort of drape forward, round, head rounds. Arms just rest on your legs. Breathe into that back. And then inhale and roll yourself up and help the knees together. Sit back on the sits bones and bring the legs back up and extend the arms. From here, bring the hands together into Anjali Mudra. Take an inhale, heart lifts, and on the exhale, spin the hands to the left. Reach out to the left. Twist the upper body while keeping the knees right over the hips. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist over to the right. Keep the shins parallel, the belly in. Inhale to center. Exhale back to the left. Inhale to center and exhale to the right. Inhale to center, cross at the ankles. We're going to roll over our ankles and land in a tabletop. So the shoulders come over the wrists and the hips come over the knees. Spin the biceps forward. And we're going to articulate this. Start by just lifting the tailbone. So it's that little pelvic drop. And then continue as the ribs or the belly drops and the heart starts to lift. And then take it up into the crown of the head, extending forward. And then on the exhale, curl the tailbone. Round the mid, upper, and then let the head drop, cervical spine. Press into your hands here. And then take a few breaths, moving with the breath. Inhaling and opening into cow. Exhaling and rounding into cat. Okay, one more here. Then inhale, neutral your spine. Biceps spin forward, ribs and belly spin or lift in. Bring awareness into your hands, so root firmly into that foundation. Fingertips, knuckles, space between thumb and index, send your right foot back. With the toes on the ground, press into the heel of the foot and open up the back of the leg. Now firm in through the belly and the ribs and lengthen the tailbone back towards your heel and then lift that right leg up. Good. And then from here, we're going to take the right leg straight out to the right and try and keep it up in line with the hip. Flex the foot. Try not to lean too much to the left. It might happen a little bit, but firm into your arms and then straight back, spin the hip down. And then exhale out to the right. Feel the obliques and outer hip turn on, and inhale, straight back, roll the hip down. And exhale, take it out to the side, and you can do this with your knee bent or toes on the ground. Straight back, roll the hip down one more time. Take it out to the right. Now this time, set your foot down, just out to the right in line with your hip. Take your hands about an inch or maybe a little bit more closer to you and find your cat-cow again. So now you're a little closer. You can get a little deeper into that cat. So really round up through the spine and inhale, lift into that cow. One more time, exhale and round and press into your hands. Open that back body and then inhale, neutral your spine here. From here, you're going to press into that left shin and the top of the left foot, press into your right foot, and inhale, stand up, take the arms up, stretch up. So you're anchoring through your left shin and you're anchoring through the right sole of the foot. Then from here, take your right arm, just let it rest on the outer right thigh. Take your left arm, stretch it up and over to the right. Let the right ear drop to the right shoulder. Let the left shoulder drop out of the left ear and feel the stretch in the neck and all the way down the left side. This right arm is just here for support. It's not really resting on the knee. It's just there. You're using your core to hold you up here. Good. And then on the inhale, take that left arm up. Take the right arm up, stretch both sides, and then on the exhale, you're going to spin that left hand down. So I'm going to spin it opposite you guys here. Take the left hand down, set it under the shoulder, reach the right arm straight up. As you do this, press into the outer edge of the right foot and lift your right hips, like you're lifting your left waist up to your right and your left hip up to your right. Flex that right foot and then lift the leg. So it's like a half moon. Spin the palm towards your head. Reach over your ear through that right arm. Press out through the right heel. Pull the belly in, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Big breath through that right side. You're going to keep the arms as they are, but lower that right leg. Lift up into your right ribs and up into your right hip again as you reach through your fingertips. Big stretch through that whole right side, and left ear can just drop to the shoulder. And then from here, you're going to exhale and just spin the right hand around in front, land on your fingertips, bring the left fingertips. So now you're lifted up onto the fingertips and your back facing the front of the mat. Okay, from here, take an inhale, and on the exhale, strong belly, flex that foot, lift it back up in line with the hip, take it straight back, spin the hip down. Good. If you can stay on your fingertips, stay up. If you need to set the hands flat, set them down. And then maybe try taking that left arm forward. Set the right toes down, set the right hand flat, and then take this left arm and you're just gonna take some circles. You're gonna reach out, back, and around. Now we're gonna go the other way. Back, down, and around. 2 times. Good. And then come straight out. So you're reaching left fingers forward, left, right heel back. And then from here, let the arm come down, sweep it up to the sky, and on the exhale, thread it through. Let the left shoulder come down and the left side of the head come down, and then right fingertips. And then your right knee can be on the ground or it can stay extended, whichever feels good, but start to press into the back of the left arm to spin open a little bit more. Good, and then go ahead and set the knee down if it's up. Stay here for another breath. Press into that left arm and lean to the left. And then set the right hand down. Float yourself up, inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, set it down. Good. Take a cat-cow here, inhale, heart lifting. Exhale, rounding. And inhale, neutral. From here, take your left toes back, press into the heel, open up the back of the leg, spin the biceps forward, pull the belly and ribs in and lengthen the tailbone back. And then inhale, take that left leg straight up. And on the exhale with the flex foot, take it out to the left, try and keep it up in line with the hip, try and resist that lean to the right, and then inhale straight back, roll the hip down. And then exhale out to the left, press through the heel. And inhale straight back, roll the hip down. Exhale out to the left, pull the navel in. Inhale straight back, one more time. Exhale out to the left, set the left foot down. Take a cat-cow here. Inhale, heart lifts. And exhale, round in. And then inhale, neutral. Firm into your core, firm into your legs, and stand up. Inhale, take both arms up. Firmly plant that left foot down and the right shin down, and then release the left hand down, reach up and over with the right. Drop the left ear out of the shoulder, drop the left shoulder to the ear, and breathe. Just elongating that right side. Press all the way from the shin to the top of that right foot. And then inhale, bring that right arm up, bring that left arm up. And on the exhale, now let that right hand come right underneath the right shoulder. Reach your left arm to the sky. Reach your left hip and left ribs to the sky, and then firm into the core, flex into the foot, and lift the leg. And breathe here. Press out through that left heel, pull in through the belly. Now spin the palm to face the top of the head and reach over your ear. Reach from the heel to the fingertips. Keep that extension, and as you exhale, slowly lower the left foot down. And then press into the outer edge of that foot, lift up through the hip, lift up through the ribs, and extend out through the arm. Think about lifting your right ribs up into your left, and your right waist up into your left, and your right hip up into your left. And then press from the outer edge of that left foot out through the fingertips. Good. And then on the exhale, you're just going to let that arm spin around until the fingertips come under the shoulders. So back onto the fingertips if that works for you. Try and stay here. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, firm into your core. Lift up that left leg. Take it straight back again. Spin the hip down. And then maybe take your right arm forward. Good. And then flex the left toes, set the toes down, set the left hand flat, and start to take those circles with the right arm. Reach forward, up, and back. One more time. And then go the other direction. So reach back, up, and forward. Back, up, and forward. And then take it down and all the way up. Inhale, and on the exhale, thread it through so you land on the right shoulder and the right side of the head. You can be tented onto the left fingertips, or you can have that hand flat, but press into the back of that right arm and lean to the left, to the right a bit. Left leg can be extended or knee can be down, whatever feels more stable. Breathe into the shoulders, the neck. And then on the next exhale, keep that foundation through the back of the arm and set your left knee down. And breathe here. And then left hand comes down, spin the right arm up, inhale, and exhale, float it down. Good. Okay, from here, set your wrists under your shoulders, spin the biceps forward, pull the ribs and pull the belly and curl the toes under. You're gonna hover the knees off the ground like a centimeter. So barely off the ground, just enough where I could slip a piece of paper there. Feel your core turn on, your belly turn on, your front ribs draw to the back. Good. Now you're gonna swing the knees to the right and the knees to the left. Keeping that lift like you're just barely coming above the ground. To the left, to the right. You should really start to feel the core engage here, if it hasn't already. And come back. Good. And then set the knees down, take them wide, big toes together, sink into a child's pose, let the heart drop, let the head drop, let the whole upper body melt, and just breathe for a moment here. Filling up the back and the side and the front of the body. And then inhale, come back to tabletop. Keep your knees wide, but now take your toes behind your knees. Coming back into that bear, wrists are under the shoulders, spin the biceps forward. Keep the knees wide, keep the toes curled under, and then hover the knees. So the knees will be wide, the feet will be wide. And then same thing, pivot or sway the knees side to side. So it's like you're dropping the right hip and then the left hip, or the right knee and then the left knee. And you should really feel this in the side of the body as you find that rotation. Every exhale in that rotation. And then come through center. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, start to straighten out the legs. Walk the feet back and more in towards hip distance. Spin the triceps in. Find your downward facing dog. Then from here, just pedal out the heels. Keep that pedaling out, but look to the hands, and every time you pedal, inch the foot forward. Inch it forward. Eventually you might need to lift up onto the fingertips for that space until you walk yourself all the way up to the front of the mat, letting the feet come hip distance and parallel. Soften the knees and inhale, stretch the heart forward and the shoulders back. And then exhale and forward fold. Bend the knees, draw the belly in, and inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Let the shoulders roll back, let the head stack. Close the eyes for a moment. Let your feet rock a little front to back, side to side, circular movement, until you find yourself evenly rooted in the feet. Feel a lift in the arches, the knees, the pelvic floor, the belly, the heart. Stand tall. Stand firm, firmly rooted. Come back to your intention. And then inhale and stretch the arms all the way up. And on the exhale, soften the knees, hinge forward at the hips, long, long, long to your torso as you come down, release, forward fold. Inhale, extend the heart forward. And on the exhale, step the feet back and land in downward facing dog. Okay. Triceps wrap in, lift the heels and spin them to the left. And then set the heels down and press into your hands. So you press that right hip up, bow out the right ribs a little bit. And then from here, firm into the arms, tricep spin, and press into the balls of the feet, spin the heels back to center and over to the right. And then set the heels down and press into your arms and lift your left hip. Good. And then inhale back to center and exhale both heels evenly back and down. Inhale, take your right leg, reach it back and up with the hips staying squared. And on the exhale, you're going to take the right knee as high as you can on that right arm. Tricep, elbow, wrist, whatever works. And then inhale, stretch that leg back and up. Spread out through the toes, point out through the foot, and then spin your hip open. Roll the triceps in. Flex that right foot and start to lower it. Imagining you're taking it into a half moon, but you're not. Good, and then lift it back up and square the hip back down. Inhale, stretch back and exhale. Bring that right foot all the way to the right thumb and set your left knee down. Inhale, rise into your low lunge. Stretch the arms up. Interlace the hands here, make a fist, stretch the knuckles to the sky, anchor through your foundation and draw into the midline. And then inhale, knuckles up, and exhale, take them up and over to the right. And then open up your right hand. Keep the left hand gripping into the webbing of the right. And use your right hand to pull that left arm up and over. And then keep that length in the left side. Exhale, pull the belly in and twist. Take that left elbow outside your right knee. And then unwind the fingers and just let them come into prayer. Take an inhale, stretch the heart forward, and as you exhale, pull the belly in and rotate. And then you can stay right here or curl your left toes under and lift the knee into a twisting high lunge. Good. And then, whether your knee is up or down, inhale, unwind, and set the hands to frame that front foot. And then on the exhale, you can keep the left knee on the ground or lift it and straighten out that right leg. Then from here, bend your left knee and peel the front of the right foot up if the knee's off the ground. If the knee's on the ground, you're just in a half split with the heel down and the toes pulling back. And then think heart forward, shoulders back, kneecaps back, belly in, breathe. And then set that right foot down. Straighten that left leg out. Keep the leg straight now. Keep the kneecaps lifted and start to drop your left heel. Again, heart forward, shoulders back. And then notice if you're dropping to the outer edge of that right foot, anchor through the mound of the big right, or the right big toe. Bend the front knee, hands down, high plank, hold, inhale. Keep the feet separated, hip distance, triceps wrap in, biceps wrap forward, belly and ribs in. Spin the feet to the left. Keep the hands evenly down on the floor. You should feel that left oblique turn on. Now lift the left hip up into the right. Almost like a little pinch in that left oblique. It's good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, spin to the right. Same thing. Lift that right hip up into the left. Right waist up into the left and feel it turn on. And inhale back to center. Exhale, step the knees down, heart forward, shoulders back, elbows in, lower down. Uncurl the feet, extend the legs back, anchor them down. Lift your shoulders away from the floor and down away from the ears and tuck the little elbows in. Then press into your feet, press into your hands, drag your heart forward, lift it up, baby cobra. Let the neck stay long. Continue thinking about pressing in your hands and dragging the heart forward and maybe up a little bit, but lift the navel and anchor the feet. And then exhale, set the head down. Take an inhale, just rest for a moment. And on the exhale, you're gonna press through your hands and your knees. Keep your knees where they are, keep your hands where they are. Sink back into an extended child's pose. Now your hands might drag back as your hips sink back, depending on how far away you are. Big inhale, stretch long here. And then exhale, make your way to down dog. Good. Triceps wrapping in. Move the head around. And then inhale, take that left leg, reach it back and up. And on the exhale, shift yourself forward. Left knee comes as high as it can on that left leg and hover, pull in, press into the earth. And then inhale, reach that left leg back and up, triceps wrap in, spin your hip open and then flex your foot. And then when that left hip is stacked on top of the right, press in your right arm and drop through the left heel. Think half moon with that left side. And then inhale, lift the leg and exhale, square the hips. Inhale, look forward to the thumb, bring that knee forward, exhale, foot to the thumb, right knee to the earth. Inhale, rise into your low lunge. Right away, set up that foundation. Feel that lift from the pelvic floor up. And then interlace the hands, switching up which thumb's on top. Stretch the knuckles up, inhale, anchor the tailbone down, exhale. Then inhale, reach the knuckles up again, and exhale, take them up and over to the left. Anchor through that right shin, lift through the right belly, and then open up the left hand and pull that right side up and over. Take a big long inhale, stretching that side body, and then on the exhale, start to rotate the right elbow towards that outer left knee, anchor it. Unwind the hands, bring them to prayer. Take an inhale, get long again in your spine, and then exhale, equally press the elbow into the outer thigh and resist to spin open. Then stay here or curl those right toes under and lift the knee. Think outer right hip, outer left hip back and in, back of the right thigh, lift it. Then inhale, unwind, set the hands down. Exhale, straighten out that left leg, keep the right heel high, and then bend the right knee and peel the front of the left foot up. Heart forward, shoulders back, kneecap lifted, or you're in half split if that right knee's down, totally fine. Deep breaths. Then set the left foot flat. Keep the right heel high but straighten the leg. Inhale, heart forward, and then exhale, send the right heel down directly behind your toes. Beautiful. From here, bend into the front knee, set the hands down, high plank. This time, bring the big toes to touch. Triceps wrap in, biceps wrap forward, zipper up your inner thighs, engage your glutes and your quads and your belly, and then spin to the outer edge of the left foot and stack your feet. Then you might stay right here, lifting the left hip up into the right, or you might lift onto your right fingertips, or you might take that right arm up. Keep lifting the left hip into the right. Then let that right hand come back down as you spin to the toes. Inhale. Same thing to the other side. Outer edge of the right foot. Press right hip up into the left, belly in, left fingertips or left hand up. Lift that hip up. Then left hand down, feet come back down. Inhale here, and on the exhale, with or without the knees, heart forward, shoulders back, lower to the belly. Extend and anchor the feet. This time take the arms back and interlace them. Shoulders lift up away from the floor and down away from your ears, and use your knuckles, that grip, to lengthen towards the feet. Then, with the feet anchoring down, inhale, drag the heart forward, lift it up. Exhale, take the knuckles back, lift them up. Shoulder blades squeeze together, palms may be squeezed together, but neck is long. Deep breath. Then exhale, lower down. Make a pillow with your hands and set your forehead there. Bend the knees and separate them wider than your hips, and then just windshield wiper them side to side. And then release them down. Take an inhale, hands under the shoulders. Exhale, press through that extended child's pose. Feel free to stay right here or come into down dog, where we'll take 3 more breaths, resting. In and out, in that circular ujjayi breath, come back to it. Come back to feeling your hands and your feet on the earth. One more. And then inhale, look to the hands. And at the bottom of the exhale, you can step, walk, or float the feet forward as you like. Bring the feet to touch, this time big toes touching, heels separated. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. And exhale, drape and fold over your thighs. And then either roll up with bent knees or inhale and unhinge, coming up with a nice long spine. Either way, arms reach up, heart reaches up, maybe the gaze even lifts. And then exhale, hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. From here, Utkatasana chair pose. Take an inhale, sit down, sit your booty back, pull your belly in, lengthen your tailbone down, and then arms up. Inhale here. Exhale and fold. Inhale to lengthen. And on the exhale, walk it back to down dog again. From here, inhale, take that right leg, reach it back and up. Same thing, exhale, right knee as high up on that right arm as it can go. Squeeze in. Hold it, lift it higher, and then inhale. Take it back and up. Triceps in, wrap that right hip open. Now bend your knee and set the foot towards your left shoulder. Press into the left arm and then look under your left armpit and maybe flip your dog. Stretch from your left toes to your right fingertips. Lift your hips high. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Bring it back around, 3-legged dog, right leg lifted, inhale. And on the exhale, you're gonna set that right foot right between your thumbs for warrior 2. Line up the front heel with the back arch. And extend the arms. Okay, as you bend into your right knee, traction it towards the second and third toe. And then as you do that, press into the outer edge of your left foot and bring your shoulders to stack right over your hips. From here, take your left arm, wrap it around behind you, make either a shelf on that low back or maybe even take your fingers and grip onto that front thigh. Flip your right palm up, inhale, keep a bend in that knee, and then lift up and over. Reverse warrior, drop the left ear to the left shoulder, drop the left shoulder out of the ear, reach your right arm out of your hip, reach your right thigh out of your hip. Breathe. Then keep all that length in that right side body. Inhale, come on up. Start to spin the palm forward and reach, 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 reach. Set the forearm to your thigh. Inhale, extend the heart. Exhale, roll that right shoulder open. And then from here, you're just gonna unwind that right arm, let it come all the way around over the ear. And then roll the right ribs open, roll the heart open, spin the tricep down. Then, stay for a breath. Look to the floor. We're going into half moon. So if you want to float right into it, you float right into it. Otherwise, set the hands down to frame the foot and come onto the toes of the back foot. Take an inhale, shift the weight forward, lift up your right leg and start by just flexing the foot and having the hips squaring the floor. Soften the knee, left hand stays under the left shoulder, roll your right hip open. From here, your right hand can stay on the ground or take it to the hip. Then maybe your shoulders stack, maybe your arms stack. Keep pressing out through the right heel. Watch that standing leg so it's not locked out. Now we're going to take the right arm, face it toward the hand, face it towards the head. Reach over the ear, just like we did on our knees. Reach from the heel to the fingertips. Good, 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 good. Now, start to bend your standing leg. Keep reaching through that back leg. Reach through that left foot. Reach, 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 reach. Set the foot down. Walk the right hand in and then roll the ribs open again. So a nice little deeper extended side angle. And then press into your feet, strong into the core, and inhale, just unwind right back up where you're doing. Good, straighten that front leg. Spin the toes forward. Take the hands behind you, switch up your clasp. Shoulders back, heart lifts. Inhale, reach the knuckles back and up, and then exhale. Hinge at the hips. Keep the legs firm as you hinge forward and down. Let the head go. Let the knuckles lift. Let the shoulders lift away from the ears. And breathe. Okay, from here, release the hands to the sacrum, set them to the floor. Walk them over to the right. You're gonna spin your right heel in so that as you bend that left knee, it tractions over the toes, left toes spin up. I'll mirror you. Then take your right arm and snuggle it in that right leg and inhale, stretch the left arm to the sky. Left hand down, press into the hands and the feet, right on up and over to the other side. Right toes spin up, now left arm snuggles in, inhale, right arm floats up. And then exhale, set the hand down, spin back through center, and then we're just gonna pivot the feet, walk the hands back to the front of the mat, take it back, high plank, inhale, exhale, lower to the belly. Slide the elbows under the shoulders for Sphinx pose. Take an inhale as you press into your forearms and you press in your hands, drag the heart forward and uplift your navel. And then on the exhale, pull the ribs and pull the belly and lift the hips, lift the thighs, curl the ribs and the hips together. Breathe here. Then curl the toes under and lift them. Walk the big toes to touch. Spin your left forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Start to spin onto the outer edge of the left foot. Use your right hand to kickstand. You can absolutely take your knees down or keep them up and then maybe take the right arm up. And then we're just going to replace that left arm with the right. So spin over the toes, curl that right arm and set the right elbow under the right shoulder, forearm parallel to the top of the mat, and we'll roll over to the other side. Then from here, set that left elbow down, right forearm down, knees down, hips down, belly down, ribs down, uncurl the toes, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Big inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Inhale, take the right leg, reach it back and up. And exhale, bring it forward to the outer. We're on the left leg, right? Yeah, left leg, sorry. Left leg's up. Outer tricep. Hold it there and breathe. Then inhale, take that leg back and up. Press into the arms, spin the hip open, and this time bend the knee, dropping that left foot towards the right shoulder. Look under the armpit and then spin it over, pivot the feet. Stretch from your right toes to your left fingertips. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Spin it back around, three-legged dog, inhale. And then on the exhale, you're gonna bring that left foot all the way through, set it right between your thumbs, spin the right heel down, warrior two. Open the arms. Set yourself up here. Find that foundation in the legs, the knee over the ankle, the back foot rooted, the front foot rooted, the pelvic floor, belly, heart, and crown lifted. Then take the right arm, reach it around behind you. Create that shelf in the low back, maybe even grab onto your front thigh. Spin your front palm up, take an inhale, reach up and over to the right. Drop the shoulder out of the ear, drop the ear to the shoulder. Reach, keep a bend in that front knee and a strong back leg. Then from here, inhale, stretch that arm straight up, torso comes up, palm spins forward, start to reach, and then set the forearm to the thigh. Inhale, press from the right foot to the heart, and then spin your heart open. And then unwind the arm, let it come all the way around, up by your ear. Stretch all the way through that right side body. Keep a bend in that left knee. Inhale, lengthening, exhale, spinning open. From here, half moon, take the gaze down. Take the hands down as you pivot to the back toes. Inhale, lift that back leg and flex it. Strong in that standing leg, lift it out of the hip. Then left hand stays down, right hand to the hip, spin open. Maybe stack the shoulders, maybe stack the arms. Now take your top arm, spin the palm towards the top of the head, reach over your ear, reach back through your heel. Then start to bend your standing leg as you reach through your lifted leg, reach, set it down. Extended side angle a little bit deeper. Open your left knee towards your arm as you spin your ribs open and then press into your feet, reach through the arms. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, straighten that front leg, spin the toes in. Okay, take a moment here, find your breath. Now spin the palms forward, lift the kneecaps, lift the heart, and exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Inner thighs squeezing together, upper shoulders squeezing together, long neck, long tailbone. And then exhale, fold all the way in, set the hands right under the shoulders. Inhale, get nice and long. And then next inhale, keep the right hand down, reach the left arm to the sky, bump the right hip up as you reach the left arm up. And then on the exhale, strong belly, take that left arm, thread it between the arm and the leg for the outer right calf, ankle, foot, whatever works. Walk your right arm out in front of your shoulder, tent it up onto your fingertips. Inhale, get long in the spine, and as you exhale, spin under that arm as you pull your left hand into your outer right leg, just not the knee. And then firm that leg into the arm and spin under. And then unwind. Set the left hand under the shoulder, walk the right hand back in. Inhale, get long in your spine. Exhale, firm into the core. Inhale, let the right arm float up to the sky. Bump up the left hip so it's not collapsing. Long, long, long. And then exhale, take that right arm, thread it between the left and the right. Grab onto the outer left leg. Then walk those left fingertips right out in front of the shoulder. Keep tented. Inhale, get long, and as you exhale, use your arm to spin, use your right arm to spin under your left. And breathe. And then inhale and unwind. Just take that right arm to meet the left out in front of the shoulders. Lift it up onto the fingertips. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Walk the hands back in. And then spin them around as you pivot the feet back to the front of the mat. High plank. Inhale. Exhale. Lower to the belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale to down dog. Hold and breathe. Stay here or set the knees wide and the big toes together and come into that wide knee child's pose, letting yourself melt towards the earth. And then from here, inhale and just roll yourself up. Bring the knees together. Curl the toes under and just roll over the feet. Lift the heart here. Maybe even bring the hands into prayer. Find your balance. Inner thighs drawing together. Outer ankles hugging in. And then on the exhale, sit your fingertips down. Lift your hips up as you drop your heels down. Take a forward fold. Inhale, look forward. Walk your fingertips forward. Pause in this down dog. And then exhale, walk the feet forward. And pause in your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, and then on the exhale, bend the knees again. Sit back into that squat. Heels lift, heart lifts, hands lift. From here, we're going to sit down. So you can either take the hands behind you and help yourself to sit, or start to reach the hands forward as you sink your heels back. Sometimes it helps to separate the knees and then sit down to the ground. Good. And then last time, Navasana. Any variation you want to take. And then we're going to roll back and up into Navasana. So round that spine a little bit. Inhale, curl back. Exhale, Navasana. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, Navasana. One more time. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, Navasana. Good. Tuck the knees in. Set the feet down. Let your head drop onto your knees. And your arms wrap right around your legs. So you tuck into this little ball. And then keep that little ball and roll yourself back. And then drop the head to the ground. And then from here, open the arms into a T. Set the feet down so you can pick up the hips and move them to the left. And then bring the knees back into the chest again and drop them up and over towards your right elbow. And then draw that left knee on top of the right, and then draw the left shoulder back and down. And then send your left hip away from your chest. And you can even take your right hand and just rest it on that outer left thigh to anchor your legs down as you draw the back of the left shoulder down, as you draw the left side of the ribs down. And then see if maybe that left leg wants to straighten. Maybe both legs want to straighten, and you stack the ankles and you stack the feet. And then go ahead and bend the knees. Unwind, set the feet back down, take the hips up and over to the right now so you land on the left. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest and over towards your left elbow. Stack that right knee on top of the left. Set your hand on the thigh to anchor it, and then drag that right shoulder out to the right and down to the floor. Stay with that deep breath. Send the right hip away from your shoulder or your chest, and then maybe straighten one, maybe straighten both legs. Stay in that deep Ujjayi breath. You're washing it through the spine, through the side body, through the outer hip. And then bend the knees and unwind the legs. Set the feet back down and bring the hips to neutral. And then exhale, bring the knees in wide to the shoulders and just let yourself rock side to side here. If you want to come into happy baby for a little deeper, you can, or just stay right here, keeping it relatively easy and gentle. And then go ahead and set the feet down and together and let the knees open wide so you land in a Supta Baddha Konasana. Now hands can rest on the inner thighs or down on the floor, shoulders down out of the ears. Just take a moment. And then let the hands come, one to the belly and one to the heart. Feel that connection with your center. That center of your power, that center of self-esteem. Your heart center. Connect with your deepest, highest self, your own humanity. Let's take one cleansing breath here. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it out the mouth. Just let the arms release, let the legs release, and come into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Adjust your body in any way you need to so that you can rest here for the next several minutes. Just let your body absorb, release, and absorb, and then rest. Shavasana. Touched by an Angel by Maya Angelou. We, unaccustomed to courage, exiles from delight, live coiled in shells of loneliness, until love leaves its high holy temple and comes into our sight to liberate us into life. Love arrives, and in its train come ecstasies, old memories of pleasure, ancient histories of pain. Yet if we are bold, love strikes away the chains of fear from our souls. We are weaned from our timidity. In the flesh of love's light, we dare be brave. And suddenly we see that love costs all we are and will ever be. Yet it is only love which sets us free. If you are able to stay in Shavasana, stay just as you are. If you're ready to begin transitioning, start by just feeling your body on the earth. Really in that place of presence, where you feel the sensations in your body. Feel the breath moving in and out. Feel into that core, that center of who you are. And then start to deepen the breath from there. Slowly expanding the breath out into every little nook and cranny of your body. And from that deepest place in yourself, send your whole being love, gratitude, compassion. And then send that out into the world. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we be awakened to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing and kindness for all beings. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for being here this evening. Have a wonderful rest of your night.